at it again.
Yes.
Hello, it's Blonde After Dark, your girl Kins and Craigers.
Here, let's go.
My bestie, my twinsie. Okay, so we both look like we're about ready to pass out. I feel like I look like I've been on a bender. I've been up, I got probably 3 hours sleep last night because I'm moving. And it's fucking awful. It's awful.
We love the move, but we don't like the things that go with the move. That's the big thing.
Like I anticipated, everyone's like moving sucks, and it does. And I even hired movers, but let's just say I even got a cute moving outfit. Like I was like, this is gonna be a breeze, it's gonna be great. And I have a townhome and I'm trying not to bring a bunch of shit. It was 2 dudes and one of the guy's sons.
Usually that's not a bad thing, but for today, that did not go well.
That's a different story. And one of the dude's sons. And so they came and they're like, whoa. So long story short, very, very long story short, they're supposed to they come late, not within the 4-hour window. So I'm like sitting around, right? Then they show up and they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh no. Like, that's not good. So they start saying, whoa, we don't have enough. They brought a little truck because I'm like, is this the only truck? And it's already half full with someone else's like move.
Yeah.
And they start going and they're like, then some, the bullshit about the cubic series. This is what we estimated to. I'm like, hey, look, I have some extra wardrobe boxes. No problem. Happy to, be fair, pay you whatever. And then the guy goes, well, how much you got? And I was like, huh? That's a scam. I'm not telling you how much money you got. Like, what does that have to do with what I'm owing for this move, right?
$1.
So I'm like, this is some bullshit. It's going to be bad. And so basically, long story short, they tripled basically what my estimate was. And I don't have triple the stuff. They load the stuff. He's like, okay, we can get it all in there. I'm like, okay, great. Also, a line you've heard before.
I was waiting. I was trying. Sorry.
So they're doing it and they're like, oh, we're about wrapping up. I'm like, both of like beds are out, end tables are out, like the specific things that I need there, not just like, oh, some boots, no. So they're like, oh, and then it's this big debacle. Long story. So they have basically loaded half of my stuff is on the way down to Florida and half of my stuff is still in Indiana. And I'm supposed to be out of my townhome on Monday. They won't get back to me. I've paid now my full, what I was supposed to owe. Now they say, oh, the other half, which I'm like, I'm not giving you this until like it all arrives. And it's so weird because the reps at the beginning were super cool, super friendly. And now they're like, now I can't contact them or they turned their tune. And I'm like, what is going on?
Very soon you're going to see all Mckinzie stuff for sale on the internet.
I'm scared. And I was like, what? It was like, I was up probably. And then so here's the other thing. So I decided to ship my car. Because my car guy, he's amazing, and his people were like, don't, put miles on it, ship it. And I'm like, I will hate myself. Yeah. It's like what?
I've done the drive. It's not fun.
15 hours, right? Road trip?
That's if nothing else is happening. But you got to go through complete Georgia, including Atlanta. And we know hot Atlanta. Yeah. You're going to be there for a long time. Don't do it.
So I shipped it. And the guy, again, was like, I'm coming. This was yesterday. I'll be there. I'm like, okay. So remember, I was texting you, calling him. Like, he says he's coming. It's 10:30 at night. I'm literally sweating, exhausting, still doing stuff, waiting. So like at maybe 11:30, he tells me he's not coming.
Which
he's
not going to because I was 3 shots deep in that point.
You were supposed to come get me. So then I'm shoving because they're like, you can move stuff, to a limit in your car. So I'm like packing all this stuff as much as I can in this car. He comes today, does take my vehicle. So the great news is it's going to be there before I'm there. So got to figure that out. And half my stuff's in my townhome. And one of the dressers that I can't lift, which I'm going to need you for, is up on the 3rd floor. Like, it's going to be a debacle. I don't know I honestly am not going to worry about it anymore because I called my mom. My mom called me like 2:30 in the morning and I literally had a meltdown because I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do?
I remember the picture you sent me. I was like, did they pick anything up at all?
That is after 5 hours.
Looks like your full house is still there.
That's after 5 hours. And then they're like, what? And like, I'm happy to like present a meal and I had a plan for them. But like, then they're like, well, can you meet us dinner and stuff? I'm like, well, not now. You took all my cash because I gave them all cash. I was like, you're going to have to buy it yourself. Like, I went and got it for them, but I'm like, sorry, bro.
Back
yeah.
So go get you food.
Moving, I just feel like is like the worst of the worst. I was going to try a pod. And then everyone behind the camera was like, yeah, it sucks. But then I thought, no, I'm going to have it done for me. And it still sucked.
Now, the bad thing is going to be is when it actually shows up to your house, what it's going to look like if it's all there still. And then second off, are they the ones that are supposed to bring it into the new location too?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well,
they're going to want breakfast.
I know. I was like, are you guys coming back to get the rest of the stuff? I mean, beat me a big truck. So I don't mean to bitch, but I'm really exhausted and I'm like, moving is the worst. So when your friends ask you to help them move, my idea next time I'm moving is, I don't know. I don't want to.
We're never doing it again.
Yeah, I don't ever want to move again. I'm just going to like offload. I'm going to have everything's a dollar sale and then just start fresh.
Estate sale of Mckinzie.
Yeah. So I don't know. Have you moved recently? Do you do your own stuff?
I have not moved in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
But yes, I've moved quite frequently.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
And
I've done it by myself. Never suggest that. I've done it with asking friends to come over. That never goes good either because usually they used to start drinking and having a good time and things get broken. And I've also had people come and get my stuff. But like the bad thing is it never shows up the same way it left. Something's going to be broken.
Yeah.
Something's going to be messed up. So from here on out, I'm selling my stuff on Craigslist.
Exactly. Craigslist. I know. Don't you wish you invented that?
I sure do.
Oh, man.
There's a couple things on there.
Okay, well, speaking of shady, I feel like that company's extremely shady, especially now that I cannot get in contact with anyone. Yeah, so
this number has been disconnected.
Not my favorite thing. And yes, I did do research. You had a little shade. Okay, so I was wondering, so upon your arrival, a gentleman was going to pick you up, and then that didn't happen?
Oh, I've got to stop trying to date. Yes, 100%. It goes like that. But no, there was a gentleman. Yeah, we had been chatting for months. I've known him for like 3 years.
Right.
And a couple weeks back, he was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I got mental issues. That should have been first signed, but I guess that's my type. So I was like,
that really turns me on.
Help you. You have something.
Before you even went on the first date, he said he had mental issues?
Yeah, but then he said it was work related. So then I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. But
I feel like you're putting on your best like face forward at the beginning. Kudos for the transparency, but like you should not have. Yeah,
no. So then the night before I flew up here, my flight, by the way, was at 6:30 in the morning. So I had to be at the airport by 4:30. I never suggest that with anything, but I did it. But I got a text at 10:30, 11 p.m. the night before that the words he said, I cannot accommodate you this weekend.
So were you supposed to stay at his place?
No, we were going to have dinner.
Okay, but he was going to pick you up from the airport, like a sweet moment. Because I was like, do you need me to pick you up? You're like, no, I have this guy pick me up.
Yeah.
All right.
No. So, but yeah.
Did you ask why? Or you just said, okay.
I kind of just got aggravated with it. And I kind of went off on him a little bit. And then he kind of like came back at me. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to win this battle.
Is this via text? Like
this is
a
via
text fight? Those are the best.
Saved it.
You know what's a slick move? You say your piece and then you block them. Well, you shouldn't do that.
Yes, 100%. Like, everything is blocked already, done. But then I have to do my search because I'm always about searching about these people more. Okay. And when I got here, I come to find out he does a little side gig. He's got a little side gig that I did not know about.
Do tell.
He is a male massage therapist after hours. Dodge that bullet quick.
Where? Just in town?
Indy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in Indy.
How do you advertise something like that? Word of mouth?
I bet it works very well.
Did you ask about this?
No. I just blocked. Saved my life right there.
Okay.
But it's on the internet.
Yeah.
You just go on the internet and I don't even know what the name was of his little brand company, but yeah, I've only known him. He works at a dentist office as like the head manager of the dentist office. I'm like,
Of course he does.
Good at oral.
Of course he does.
Oral and massage hands.
Of course. Oh my God, this could be my moving company, but I'm not going to pick it up. All right. So this is like all live. This is happening. This is exciting. Okay. So we're talking about signs that he is shading. Yes. Okay. So I actually was reviewing, which I don't really need to, I know from experience.
We got plenty of that.
Yeah. But let me just, these are professional ones. Okay. Let's see. I pulled these. Okay. Signs that he's shady. Obviously overprotective with the phone. So we know that, like privacy screen action.
Changing the pin 24/7.
All the time. Yeah, absolutely. Inconsistent stories. Like they are never the same about the same thing, right? Vague answers. So I
went somewhere, but only for 2 hours.
Exactly. Really? Your GPS says elsewhere. You went 6 times for 8 hours each. Ghosting and then reappearing like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's weird. We both had that issue.
I think the weirdest thing is that when something happens, Well, then you just gaslit, and it's like, come on, just move on. Like it's like totally not
That was
taking
in the
accountability.
past.
That's in the past. Move on. I'm like, that was 2 days ago, and then we had no, and then you're doing the
Yes.
same shit. Here we go. So being hot and cold. These are behavioral. Avoids deep conversations. Disrespects your boundaries.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that you told me all about that.
I think a big disconnect between like men and women is that when, especially, well, obviously if there's some piss poor behavior in the past and you set a boundary, it's different than even just setting a boundary up front. But honestly, men, or maybe not men, but men and women, like one person's boundaries, the other person sees as controlling. And
100%.
But like, I don't know how you get around that.
But I think they get off on that controlling. Like that's their big thing. Oh, if I can control them on any of this, then that's their little.
Well, okay,
niche,
so
their
like,
kink.
so if a dude is like a lying cheater, and then he refuses to stop simping chicks online, and you're like, hey, this is a boundary for me now. Like you betray my trust for years and years and years, and now you're picking out sluts from your roster, and I don't feel comfortable with it, and I'm not going to speak to you until you know.
But then they're going to give you
and then they're like, I can follow who I want. You're controlling, but it's like, but there's a reason behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just say, okay, like I would say, I don't control you, but then you don't have access to me.
Correct.
I feel like weird dudes like to put women in secret competition, and it's like,
Yeah, and I also feel like there's people out there that like to compete with that individual too. They like to say like, "Oh, if I'm going to if I have to eliminate this, then you have to eliminate this."
but
That's
it's like if
big
there's
thing.
a past reason for that boundary, it doesn't even
100%.
make sense.
Correct.
Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
But it's like they don't want to be wrong. That's the biggest thing. They were not wrong in anything they did. It was just for fun.
But honestly, they wouldn't even like have admitted it if they weren't busted. You know,
Oh,
it's
well,
like,
that's why
oh,
they're
well,
trying to
I
get out of
took
it.
accountability. Not really. You got busted. There was
But
no
remember,
tonight.
2 days and it's fine.
Exactly. Let's move on. Okay, privacy. Let's see. Hides social media. Won't add you in tags at all.
God,
That's
we've been blocked a lot of times in the last month. I've never been blocked so much in my life and reinstated.
Girls don't buy the bullshit. Oh, I keep everything private. I just, what I was saying before, I was like, well, everything has a passcode now. If you're hiding your phone, you're hiding your social media, nope. And actually, this is so interesting that women, this is how women work, and you fill me in otherwise, but like it raises a man's clout. So if he's with like a hot chick, a baddie, women that are secret, like are jealous of that woman or see her as it's not even about the dude. They want that dude more because she's with him or she is the ex or something like that because she's hot. It's not anything about him. So it's like a sense of like, I got one over on you, which dudes just want ass. So you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So I don't feel like they should feel anything special, but I feel like definitely women raise men's clout. So maybe it's better not to be on their social media,
I'm fine with that.
But you said that people actually go after partners when you guys post each other, so you don't.
100%. Again,
Yeah.
different realm, different species here.
What's wrong with people?
I don't know. But as soon as you see someone in a relationship, it's immediate. They all like want to flock to that one person and try to talk to them. But then you're single, it's ghost.
Isn't that crazy? So maybe we shouldn't post it. I'm never posting any man unless I have like a fat rock on my finger and I'm engaged.
Correct.
I've learned my lesson.
And a background check for everyone. By the way, background checks, personal experience, check your internet sources.
Unclear relationship status. Let's just see where this goes. Like, bro, I've been with you for 3 years.
Yeah. Really?
4 years.
I can tell you where it went.
Well, let's just start over.
There's a little feet running around.
Come on, let's just start fresh. If they have a bad reputation, if you always catch them lying, or you just feel a sense of uneasiness, that intuition,
You got to go with your gut.
it never lies. So yeah, if someone's being shady, I mean, if they're shady, and they're really probably not gonna,
And they're not gonna change.
I don't know. I feel like it's the hard thing for me is like when dudes are doing, and women do it too, but when they're doing shady shit, I feel like it's, if they took that time and that energy to invest in the actual person that they love, it'd be like, you'd have a great relationship because they want like that companionship, great sex, admiration, but it's like you're trying to get all these like, twos or just like whoever's available. It's because they're easy, but it's like if you actually focused on your person, you'd have a great deal going on.
I think when people do that, they automatically seem that their prize has been won. So they need to do the little catch again. They need to get, and that's why they go for the easy outs. And that's what it is. It's simple. It's easy. It's you get a conversation, you get a pick, you get you're the most amazing person in the world. It flatters them because they already got you, they think. So this one's done. Let's try the next.
And it's just a total escape
100%.
for men, because they don't have to talk about the kids or the mortgage or whatever you got going on. It's like an escape, but they don't really, that's the thing that bugs me about side chicks. And I know some chicks don't know that they're lied to as well, but it's like, like I don't get it. And I want women to
they're
never
out there.
feel bad. It's never about you, because when you look at like someone that stepped out on you and look at who they stepped out, they're disgusting. You're like, it's like Molly, do you know Tommy Fury and Molly May?
Yeah.
Like that chick was disgusting. He stepped out on his beautiful wife and their baby. I mean, there's tons like Tiger Woods, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many examples.
It's the
just
easy
like
outs. The easy outs.
But it kind of does make you feel better, because it's not like it's some like rockin' like hottie. It's just some gross like it doesn't make it better, but
trailer park.
yeah, it doesn't really make it better, but I don't. So people feel all over the place about Lauren Sanchez. What do you think about Jeff Bezos? Lauren Sanchez just tied the knot.
Yep. Mixed emotions.
Mixed emotions. Do you think it's a good fit? I don't know. I mean,
I think it's a wait to be seen.
yeah. Well, I mean, she's a smart lady. Okay, here's a quiz for you. Are you ready? Jeff Bezos. Is he the richest man in the world?
Okay.
The second richest man in the world? The fourth richest man in the world? Or the 10th richest man in the world? At this moment in time.
I'm going to go with number 4.
That is correct. Why did you know that? Was it my body language?
It was. And it was also a crew in the back telling me to go for 4, but we'll go with them.
I was like, that was amazing, Greg.
10 seemed too off.
So yes, they just got married. Big to do.
Yes.
200 guests, very lavish. So let's play a little game we like to call Kiss, Marry, Fuck. Are you ready?
Do it.
Okay, with their wedding guests. This will be fun.
Okay.
I mean, there's not that many. Why don't I do different rotations? You guys can play too. Yeah, make noises.
Definitely make
we got
noises.
a crowd here. It's really wild and fun here. Fun after dark always. Okay, ready? Kiss, marry, fuck. Jeff Bezos,
Okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Okay.
Tom Brady. Who do you kiss? Who do you marry? Who do you fuck? We know who you marry.
I know. Okay.
I mean, they've all got money, honey. So, because you're like, I know you like a businessman.
Yeah. Leonardo is not my thing at all. I think he's not developed at all. He's aged poorly. So he's going to be my bottom roster of
I feel like his latest girlfriend's so old for him. She's like 25.
I know.
It's crazy.
And usually like 19 and 20, it's like, awkward.
Did you hear that whole thing that he like, when he has sex with women, he wears headphones? How freaking weird is that?
Can I take these home?
No, but he's just like, I don't know. I mean, I wonder what he's listening to. But I'm like, that's so
He's got to tune
weird,
into
bro.
something. It's a podcast.
Yeah, I used to be so into him, and I don't think he's like a weirdo. You're right.
He did not age well, though.
I
Like,
know.
You remember him on Titanic? You're like, oh, I want to be in that car.
Yeah.
Now you're like, nope.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, yeah. Okay, so I'm like, give me some Brad Pitt all day. I still think
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, I know he's been through all this stuff, but I still think he has a new girlfriend. But anyway, okay. So who do you got? You got Jeff Bezos, Leonardo DiCaprio, Leo, or Tom Brady. Kiss, marry, fuck.
Oh, definitely fucks Tom Brady.
Oh,
for
okay.
sure. Yeah. There's a lot of face you can sit on there. And then, okay, so Leonardo, what was my other two choices?
Jeff Bezos, the groom.
And what was my other two, though?
You kiss, marry, fuck.
I'll have to kiss Leonardo because it's fine. I'll do a drink. And then marry Basil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's the fourth richest man. I mean, you'd be all set, like Lauren. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Do you want me to answer this?
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Oh my God. I guess I'd go with kiss Leo because I don't want anything else he has going on.
There's a
with all
lot
these
going
women.
on. We're too old for him, by the way, too.
Yeah, I would. I guess I'd have to do the same. Marry Jeff and then
We're so
have a good
much
time
alike.
with Tom. What about, okay, we'll go one by one. Would you kiss, marry, or fuck Orlando Bloom?
All of the above.
Ooh, you like Orlando.
Yeah.
He's single now. He and Katy Perry split.
If you're
He's at the
listening, I heard that. Oh, that was like recent, though, that they
Just did.
But I like Katie, too, so.
Yeah.
Not
Not
sure. But yeah, that was like this week's news.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Okay, so you do all the above.
All
Okay.
the above.
Now, okay, but I give you three, and
Yep.
you have to say, and you got to use your imagination.
Yep.
Okay, ready? Okay, kiss, marry, fuck. Kim K,
Okay.
Sydney Sweeney,
Okay.
Khloe Kardashian.
Okay. So
Khloe
Kiss,
just turned 41.
she did.
Yeah, it's her birthday.
So Kiss, Sweeney.
Okay.
I
Kim K and Khloe.
would have to fuck Kim,
Oh.
but I would definitely marry Chloe because she's my favorite out of the whole entire thing. So I could see staying.
Chloe's your
She's my
favorite? Why? Just 'cause
I feel like she started off with the show like as the outsider, like the outsider sister.
Yeah.
And then she just like really worked on herself. She got her body rocking, and she really like made a face for herself and the whole entire family. And I can't stand the others, so she's my top one. So definitely marry.
And like Chloe's been through it. Like she's picked these athletes.
She has.
And you and I were just
And
talking
she
about.
can't keep them though either.
We were just talking about taste.
Maybe she needs a white man.
We were just talking about taste in bed. Like, I don't know. When she's there, she's so kind. She seems very sweet to like Tristan, who got another chick pregnant while they were together. Like,
And she'll,
obviously,
like, still stay
Lamar,
to
who
talk.
was like
Oh,
going
God,
to like
Lamar.
Vegas whorehouses and stuff. And she's so
Literally.
nice to them. But like, I don't know. Do you think it's, I mean, I don't know. Do you like to be cordial with your ex, or are you pretty cutthroat? I see both ways. But honestly, I feel like some people are too nice. Like, people know what they're doing, and if they're vindictive to you, I've totally changed my attitude on things.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh, forgive and just move on." It's showing them best when you move on. When you're nice to them, no, I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah.
If I was Chloe, no, I would be talking to any of those individuals because it's all about your like self-esteem and it's about who you are. So if you like give in and start talking, that they won.
Yeah.
Like, move on, do something else.
And you're totally like giving them access.
Literally 100%.
So you just like to cut them off.
Bye.
Okay.
If they did something bad, now if they didn't do something bad, then I don't mind being friends with them and socializing with them, calling them once in a while. But
no. He does do that, and I'm highly against that. I'm like Margot Robbie and Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like, we're not going to be friends. Like, I'm not going to be your friend.
No.
Like, you don't get to like still have me in your life at all.
No, not at all.
Exactly.
So, especially your most recent. Gotta go.
Have you gotten back with an ex, and has it ever worked out?
I have, and it has not. I've also talked to a couple exes to see if it would work because it's always that. What is that second chance? No, don't do that either. That never works out.
Do you feel like you have a one that got away?
I think after dating them and a couple months have passed, I think I've thought that before that they got away and be like, oh, they look like they got their shit together and oh, that was my bad kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then like now as the years progress, I watch them and they're just mess too, a hot mess again. And I'm like, okay, well that was why I left. Right
Exactly.
There. Not doing round two.
Exactly. I mean, when I talk to people that I'm like, or I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, ugh. That's a good thing because then you're healed and you're moved on. I think that's a really smart thing to do.
You just got to keep watching and see what they do.
Yes.
Secretly.
In terms of dating, okay, I admire my bestie Craigers.
She's lying.
No, but I want to know because going back into the dating world, it takes a lot to like razzle dazzle me, and I'm like, I don't know if it's just because I'm like not ready or like, I feel like I want it.
Yep,
I don't want to like waste time, just small talk. It's nice to get to know people, but you're on the other spectrum and you have a point where you're like, you got to go out with like 20 people, 30 people, feel the energy, feel the vibe. And then someone might shock you, be surprised, and you might meet the one. So and I'm always like, unless you're like, I don't know. I'm just like, unless I feel like I have to be with you or I want to see you, I'm just kind of like get bored.
Well, I think for me, I've always went for if you ever look at my list of exes, it's not great. I will be honest. It's not great. We're flipping the pages now. They all look identical.
You definitely have a type.
Identical.
You definitely have a type.
They could be brothers, which they're not.
Not this latest one, though. You have
correct, and that's this latest one that I'm actually talking to. Not the one I came here for, by the way. We'll undercut that one.
The masseuse.
The masseuse.
That does remind me, not from him, but I do want to really get masseuse. Not from him, but I do know.
Well, if you want to find him, I'll connect him with you.
No.
He does it all the way till 12 p.m. No, the one that actually I'm talking to now kind of hit my DMs 3 years ago.
Okay.
We chatted for a little while, not my type. So I kind of like brushed it off. And then he hit my DMs again.
Yeah.
A couple weeks back.
Okay.
And I was, okay, well, we'll chat. Not my type at all. But we went on a date. And I mean, like, from the moment the date started to the moment the date ended was perfection.
That would scare me though, because I feel like this is too good to be true.
Correct.
Whatever.
Correct. But then I also started thinking, I'm like, okay, clearly my 20 plus years, by the way, because I'm only 20, 20 plus
started
years
dating when he popped out. Yeah.
Were always bad. They've not been great, but I've also gone for the same person every single time.
Yeah.
The same look, the same personality, the same style, everything.
You like a country boy.
I do.
You like a buff.
They got a buff. They got to have a goatee.
Do you like older or younger than you?
Not super younger than me.
Okay.
They've got it. My range is.
What's your dating
everyone
profile?
starts laughing. My range is 35 to 60.
Okay.
So, and everyone's like 60. I'm like, well, yeah.
I mean, honestly, though, there's some 60-year-olds that are looking really good. I mentioned Brad Pitt. I mean, he's probably 60.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, I get it. He's at work, but
correct.
still.
So, no, 35, because again, 20s, I am not messing with anyone in their 20s. So I actually look, they ain't got their shit together at all.
You're right.
But 30s is when they're starting to develop what they want in their life and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. And then by the time they're 50s or 60s, they've already gone through their 1 or 2 or 3 divorces.
Yeah.
So maybe they're ready for actually what it's supposed to be. So that's kind of why I look at that a little bit on those. But yeah, this one, he is younger. He is younger. I broke the 35. He's 32.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but he's got his life together.
I love
he runs a bunch of nice stores.
He's not a country boy, which I'm into. Okay.
He is not at all a country boy. So that's super nice, but he's very much into the affection and the making sure you feel special.
Which is weird for you. Like, I love PDA. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't say PDA. Okay, I take that back. Not PDA. I like affection. One of my like love languages, like, just like, a little, squeeze my ass. Look at, like, I love, like, when you grab my cheeks and kiss me, forehead kisses, or like hold my hand. Like, I love that. You don't like that. Yeah. You don't like PDA?
Not in public, especially not in public. I don't mind it in the house if you're like playing cutesy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I am not a PDA person in public. It has nothing to do with the person at all.
Yeah.
I don't like the touching and all that stuff. I look at people when they do it, I'm like, not for me kind of thing. It's hot in Florida. We sweat. Don't touch there. So
yeah, I feel like if you do it at home though, it leads to other things.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
If he's listening right now.
So Bethany Frankel, my girl, I love following her. She's awesome. I love the Housewives, and not all of them, but I love it. I think she's fantastic. And she was talking about men in their 50s, and I think she looks great, but I think she's 50. I don't know. Yep. But she was saying they're terrible because they just got out of relationships, and now they're like after the first divorce, they have kids, and now they're like, oh, the Peter Pan syndrome. They're like, oh, I'm out, on about.
I'm a boy again.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's something to avoid or like. Like I maybe like a 50-year-old that looks really good. I'm like that could work, but like I don't know. I don't want someone that's like I just want to be free.
Yeah, and that's tough too because that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I go all the way up to that age 60 because you just never know. But usually, I would say, what does most divorces happen? Probably 40s, 50s when the kids are all gone and they hate each other. Then
it depends. Like here in the Midwest, people get married real young. Like, I mean, I was engaged in college, so people get married. In
Florida, we do not.
Yeah. And obviously like in the Manhattan, East Coast, West Coast, especially now. But I would say the first divorce happens like, probably at late 30s, 40, maybe 50. It depends. I would hate to have, if you wait till your kids are like 18, I mean, that's terrible. Cause then you're like,
well, you're just staying there because of the children.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Especially for women, I think it's really hard because men, they're distinguished, they're older, but like women, I mean, it's harder for women, obviously women are beautiful and they take care of yourselves, but it's like the longer you wait, what do they say? The longer you stay on the wrong train, the farther it is to get home, farther away from home. It's like, so that's what a lot of women struggle with is like when to leave and men. So I think that's like because it's like too messy and like too entangled.
Well, I think you just try to fix it nonstop. You're all about fixing it.
Yeah.
I think when you're in a relationship and you know it's going south real quick, you're trying to shift it somehow. And I think you're also trying to fix yourself to try to fix to the relationship, which is something you should never do.
Right.
Yourself.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if it's when would you know when it's time to just walk away? Like,
I've gotten older, like when I was younger,
yeah,
I was trying to like cling on to stuff like that. Cause you're like, you watch the movies and you talk to people and you see like your friends and family that are in the great relationships.
Yeah.
And you always want to be in that type of thing and you want to have that style. But as I've gotten older, it's quick. Like if I see a red flag, I'm like, deuces, gotta go.
That's been a really good lesson. Because I feel like, especially obviously if you're married, you have kids, you want to fight for more because you're more at risk, right?
Oh, 100%.
And that's one thing that I don't just get. Like if and women do it too, but that's why I don't get when men step out or women step out. It's just like, it's like, why don't you just like say I'm miserable and leave and then go pursue whatever you're pursuing? Because then you hurt your other person so badly that it's like, you kind
of like
it's just
make
so
their next
selfish.
relationship impossible.
Yeah.
They're like, what's this person going to do?
Yeah, exactly. But you have to have like a clean slate. And I mean, so let me ask you this. If you are starting, you're talking to someone and what if they're so already, you see like controlling or like, you send pictures. I'm like, all this, like, I don't like when someone's like, give me pictures. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Is like, you love doing that?
Not necessarily. But we obviously in my rep,
Are you sending nudes? Like, what is or you just send a first one is like a cute selfie, a gym pic or something?
We got a good angle, of course.
And then you obviously can't post that or they get pissed because it's like, that's not just for me.
Yeah, no. Oh, I get that all the time. If I send a photo, they'll be like, who else got that sent to them?
But do you know you can find that out?
Ooh.
You can. can.
Great.
So you can like, should I get this hack? Okay, I don't know. You can like, so you can swipe. Okay, so I think you hold down the photo and then you save it. You have to save it on your phone and then you swipe up for the info and you
but
can
don't they see when you save stuff?
Why? I mean, is it just a photo via text? I don't know if it's on if it's on Snap. I don't know the other stuff, but you can see the info.
Most of my world does Snap. So.
Okay, you can see the info of like where it's been sent, how many times. Apparently, I don't know if that's on iPhones or Androids, but it's like girls were telling me there's so many hacks you can do. Like there's so many like things.
Oh, sidetrack, but go off of that since we just said that.
Yeah.
One of my biggest red flags turns off is when the person asks immediately after like 3 or 4 conversations, "Do you have Snap?" Turn off. Gone.
But I think that's such a turn. Why is like
because I know what they want when they ask that.
But like, okay, if a man in his 40s and up, or even 30s, is asking for snaps, like I feel like what?
Yep. But that's the tool they can. It goes away, or
but why is it? But it doesn't anymore, right?
Nope. It's always on there. But who knows? Someone else could be taking a photo of it too on their other phone, so you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Do you put your face in those?
Oh, I don't send them. Absolutely not. I receive them.
Okay.
And I would say it's a 50-50 thing.
Okay.
So sometimes there's a face, sometimes there is just the neck down.
Yeah. Okay. So, what advice do you have for people that are going back into the dating world?
Well, for now, actually, surprisingly, and we were just talking to that today, actually, this newest individual, I'm actually going to give it a shot because they're so different. And I've never dated anyone remotely compared to this person. They're very attractive, but very different than I've ever.
Great dresser.
He is a great dresser. Very great dresser.
We need to nickname him because that's what we nickname our guy. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to come up with it.
We'll have to come up with it. Yeah.
I have the name, but I don't know if we should say it.
Okay, so you're going against type.
I am. I'm going against type. So, and honestly, it's this person has messaged me every morning. Good morning. Hope you have a wonderful day.
But does it say Craig? Because like I feel like I don't want to roster.
Yes,
good morning, beautiful.
Correct,
I'm like
a copy paste.
I'm not going to respond.
No,
I'm a brat. Like I'm a real brat. Like I'm like you got to work.
100%. This one has my name on it, but also this is a key thing that I've learned. Have them video good morning to you.
Wait, you should video good morning to them, or they should video? Okay.
So I get a video every morning. No, I didn't ask for that. I get a video every morning with my personal name and all that in that.
It's like a cameo just for you. I do that. I do those too. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so go against type.
Go against type.
I don't even know what against my type would be.
I don't know. But
what would you say is the opposite of my type? You're my best friend. I don't know, but I don't really, I mean... I'm like a relationship girl though. I never have had like a hoe phase, and I'm proud of that. Maybe that's what I need. No, I'm not. I don't know what because I got married like right. The guys were like,
agree.
I've never been like that. I just haven't because I feel like I missed the boat because I was like, married in college. We were engaged in college and I was married, and then I've had long-term relationships. And
I don't think you should. I think you can go on dates. I don't think it's time for you to be in that relationship date. I encourage the hoe phase, by the way, not for long term, but
I've never had it.
You should
never
try
had it. I don't know though, because my problem is that show Love Is Blind. Like I
just watched it today.
You did?
Yeah, I was watching some of the episodes.
Could you go on that?
No, because I don't want it to be public. Southern Baptist boy right here.
But it was the screen, right? So you don't see, because I vibe with people all the time, and I friend. But but then you see the person, and you're like, okay, I have to have that like physical, yeah.
Take notes.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the sad thing is that I don't know. This is what sucks. And this is a lot of women's struggle. It's like the man we want doesn't, or the man that we're like, oh yeah, we're so like the sex is so hot that they're like, don't have any of the other things. Correct. And then the man that's like, wants to take you to Paris, will probably get on one knee in 6 months and wants a wife, wants a companion, highly successful, because they did a study that actually most wealthy men that are highly successful, they aren't like chasing ass because they're so concentrated on their business and growing, and they want a ride or die like partner to be able to come home and know they have like that solid person behind their back. So anyway, but but then you're not like, if you find that but you're not like physically into it, it's like, so I guess you have to come find the middle.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because I think, just like me, you definitely find the type that you have the same type too with a lot of the ones you date as well.
But I? I don't know.
I think so. From the outside looking in, I have met the few of them that you have dated, and they start showing us some signs of the same thing.
Yeah.
This last one showed a lot of different signs, but
yeah, I don't know.
so I think you got to get out of your comfort zone to something different.
Yeah, I like a bit of a bad boy, but that's my problem. But I has to have a good heart.
Same.
Because you don't want the fucking devil. You want like a good, but but I like a little bad boy because that's the one thing I'm scared of though. Because like a good guy that'd be like too vanilla.
What's your bad boy?
I'm a lot to handle and I know it. I like to push the limit. I'm a lot like I need to, it takes a lot. I'm a lot to handle, but I'm when it's fun when you can't, you know what I mean? So I need someone that can like dominate me in the best way possible, if you know what I'm saying, but I can't have a pushover because I'll run all over you. Not on purpose, but I need someone to like catch up with me. But I also don't like an asshole.
Correct.
No. So.
Yeah, I do need someone that's going to put me in my place.
Yes.
In a respectful way.
But in a respectful way.
Yes. I don't want someone that's always clinging to like, you can have whatever you want and this, and this. Because it gets old after a while. You're like, oh my gosh.
I would love that because I feel like I've never had that. I mean, I've had like, princess, that, but I'm not that type. But I would like someone that's just wants to just love on you. Women, I want someone who just cherishes me and I'll cherish you back. You know what I mean? I just feel like this is what I don't get about these, like and I want to say this is so weird. Women or men of this, there's a type of man that goes after on the hunt for like a shining, beautiful, like successful woman. Then he traps the butterfly. Then he tears down the butterfly, rips her feather, not a feather, the wings, and wants to keep it in a cage, and then tries to bring her down and doesn't want her to shine for anybody else, and then goes out and like finds cockroaches. You know what I mean? And I just don't know why bother with the butterfly.
Because that's the challenge for them.
And then once they get it, they don't want it, or they just want to keep it for them. Well, they don't want anyone else to have it.
They want it, but the chase is over. They've already caught their butterfly. They've done what they needed to do to like take the light out of that person. So that's why. And again, I think that's why they go for the individuals that are lower level and trash, basically, because those are the easy things. They can always get them. They're not going to be able to find another butterfly because they've got that one trapped, or they don't want to let it out because they know they're about to tell all.
Yeah, tell all.
So
yes. Which I do have a tell-all coming out, so get excited for that. That's going to be very, very interesting. Because a lot of people ask me my story, and I'm going to share it because I want to help a lot of women that are trapped and can't get out of things, because I think that's really important.
But I guess it just depends on when you start looking at your guys. You got to start. I don't think you need to go in wanting like, okay, what's going to be their red flag?
Right. I know.
I think that's a big thing. Is because I've done that plenty of times too, and you're going to find something that's going to irritate you about them, and it could be small, but for your mind or whoever it's coming in, it might be a big thing at that point in time.
Okay. Yeah.
Try something different because that's what I'm doing right now. It might not work out. But
yes, you're really good. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, to be continued. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. Now, so we're going to travel back and forth between Florida. I have a studio in Florida, and then we have our studio with our amazing men. Give a shout out to our boys, all their studios. So lots more Blonde After Dark coming at you.
We are in the air.
I know. Yeah.
Traveling nonstop.
Absolutely. Wish me best of luck with my move. I don't know if my shit's going to make it there, or if it's going to happen. Or...
Let us know if you see things on Facebook Marketplace or...
Yeah. $10,000 later, I got all my stuff down in Florida. Craigslist. Oh my God.
Is there eBay anymore?
Yes, there is eBay.
Get ready.
God. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, stay bad.